Welcome back, beautiful people. It's Bree True. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. We recently started a series called Natural Hair Care, where we talk about everything you need to know about caring for natural textured hair in a detailed yet simple way. And if you missed the first two videos in my series, I will link them right here. But make sure to check those out because honestly, hair care is a little less like How I Met Your Mother, where you can just jump in at any time, and more like Game of Thrones, where it can get a little complicated if you jump in during the middle. So if you have not already, check out those videos and then pop back over here, because as much as I would love to continue fan talk about nerdy shows with you, we need to get into today's video about washing natural hair. So the first thing I want to quickly mention in this video is how often one should wash natural hair. Because that is not a question I can answer for you, but it is a question I can give you some advice on. Generally speaking, the curlier your hair is, the less you'll need to wash it. And the more wavy or straight your hair is, the more you'll need to wash it. This is just a generalization, but to give you an example, I am a wavy curly who washes her hair probably every... Why is this so hard for me to think about? Probably twice a week. But I do know people who go 2 weeks in between washes and people who wash their hair every day. So it really just depends on you and how your hair ultimately feels. Alright, so rule number 1 when washing natural hair: shampoo the roots and condition the ends. The Curly Girl Handbook states that the hair next to our scalp at our roots gets the dirtiest, while the ends of our hair get the driest. Therefore, we only need to shampoo the roots and condition the mid to ends. You may notice that some Curly Girl Method shampoos do not lather, meaning they don't make a foamy bubble when you put it on your hair. And that is completely normal. Not all Curly Girl Method shampoos will lather. Therefore, the way that you use the shampoo becomes very important. First of all, do not plop shampoo right onto your head. Instead, take the shampoo in your hands, rub your hands together, and then take your fingers and go into your hair next to your scalp and begin massaging the product all over. The massaging aspect and all of the work that you're doing with your fingers is actually what's going to clean your hair. When you feel that your entire scalp has been completely cleansed, you can go ahead and rinse it out. And as the cleanser is running down your hair, it will clean off any debris on the mid to ends. Now, the exception to this rule is co-washing. When co-washing, that is formulated to lightly cleanse and moisturize at the same time. So when using a co-wash, you will want to really cleanse the roots as well as saturate the ends of your hair. Cool, sounds straightforward enough, right? But before we move on, there is a twist. So grab your pen and paper. You will want to write notes about this little thing called your first wash. The Curly Girl community calls your first time using the Curly Girl method your first wash. And it's a very important step in your journey. However, there is one important thing that you will need to change on your first wash compared to all consecutive washes, and that is your shampoo. So before you begin using your nice new Curly Girl approved shampoo, you need to first use your old sulfate shampoo one more time to get rid of any silicones or debris currently on your hair. After that, you can follow it up with your Curly Girl approved conditioner and you'll be set. And when you're done with your first wash, feel free to pass along that sulfate shampoo to a friend with straight hair and only use your Curly Girl approved shampoo or co-wash from now on. Alright, now that we have pooed, we can move on to dishing. Get it? Shampooed and conditioning. You know, I'm really sorry for all of the bad jokes that my brain insists on making in these really informative videos. I cannot help it. Let's move on. Rule number 2 of washing natural hair is to detangle your hair in the shower while your conditioner is on. Let me explain. The Curly Girl Handbook prohibits dry brushing your hair in order to maintain curl pattern and avoid the dreaded frizz head. So the only time that we are detangling our hair is in the shower and probably before styling. So we have to make sure that in the shower, this detangling is very thorough. The easiest way to detangle is with conditioner on, starting from the bottom of your hair and slowly working your way up. Now, if that sounds crazy, this next part is really gonna knock your socks off. The Curly Girl Handbook also prohibits using any traditional brush at all. It actually recommends all people with textured hair detangle with their fingers or a wide tooth comb. I don't always follow this rule. Personally, if my hair has been through a lot of styles that week or it just feels more ratty than normal, I will use a brush to detangle with in the shower. The goal here is just to find out what works best for your hair. So get in the shower, try putting some conditioner on, that sounded a little weird, and start using your fingers to detangle with, try using a wide tooth comb, and try using a brush. Just see what feels best for you and go with that. Remember, what works for everyone else might not work for you, so the goal is to experiment and find out the best way to take care of your hair. Cool, cool. But wait, there is a twist for conditioners as well. Well, not so much a twist as much as a tip from one impatient gal to another. Detangling your hair can take quite a while, especially if we are only doing it in the shower. So to help this process go a little quicker and easier, curly girls began saturating the mid to ends of their hair with conditioner. And when I say saturate, I mean saturate. The thing is, we want to use a lot of conditioner because conditioner will provide something called slip for your hair. Slip is a term that the curly world uses to describe how well the conditioner helps you slip out of knots and tangles, basically how well it helps detangle your hair. A conditioner with a lot of slip will make your process of detangling much easier. The trick to just remember is that if your hair feels too ratty to detangle, you need to add more water and conditioner. Now, the first time you try this, you might find yourself in dismay about that little hair rodent that is left after you're done detangling. But worry not, it is completely normal. Remember that since we are not dry brushing our hair, the only time that we're collecting our normal hair fallout is in the shower. So we are not losing more hair than normal. It just looks like a lot because we are collecting it all at once versus multiple times a day. Public service announcement. If you begin losing patches of hair, please consult a doctor. Bald patches are not normal, and I am not a doctor. By the time you finish detangling, the conditioner has probably been sitting on your hair for a while, so it's time to rinse. But there are options when rinsing out curly hair conditioner, because we do not always need to completely rinse it out. Now check your bottle before you decide what to do, because the label will tell you whether or not their product is meant to be completely rinsed out. But if it does not say it needs to be, there is an option that you might want to consider trying that tons of curly girls swear by, called Squish to Condish. Instead of just putting your head under the shower and rinsing that conditioner out, Squish to Condish means that you fill up your hands with water and you take that water and start scrunching it into your hair. As you scrunch, that conditioner will kind of drip its way out with the water. It will leave some conditioner left on your head, and that is really, really helpful for people who really struggle with dry hair. Alright, we are almost done talking about the washing process. But wait, there's more. How can there be more? It's just washing hair. Well, young Padawan, we have yet to discuss clarifying and masking, just as we did in the last video. So last video I explained how we should be clarifying and masking our hair every now and then. And when you do this, you need to read your product labels, because some will say to put the product all over your head, while others will say to only put it on the roots or the ends. But regardless of how it instructs you to use the product, there is one important thing to know about using treatments. When using a clarifier, it almost always takes the place of your normal shampoo. And vice versa, when using a deep treatment or a mask, it will usually replace your normal conditioner. Now here's a bonus tip for all of you towel dryers out there. Does this look familiar? Well, we need to take this and turn it into this. This crazy rappy dappy is called a plop, and I will link a video here that teaches you all about how and why to plop. And if you think wrapping your hair up in a t-shirt is just too weird, don't worry, grab yourself one of these. These are microfiber towels. I think I just got mine from Walmart like a decade ago, but I do know that Diva Curl does sell one now, so I will link that down below if you're interested. Take a deep breath, everyone. We did it. Natural hair washing basics complete. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't be. I know that's a stupid thing to say because I was overwhelmed when I started too. But just remember that millions of people worldwide have tried and tested these hair care tips and have seen amazing results. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and stay tuned because I will be back very soon with your next natural hair care video where I will show you all of the basic styling tips that you need to know. Until then, adios!